In a world permeated with barbecue websites under the control of tyrannical administrators, there was one man, a one-man army. He broke all the rules. He allowed his members to speak out, give their opinions, and make the website what it is today. Get ready for Greg Rempe and the Barbecue Central Show on BBS Talk Radio.
Live from Cleveland, Ohio, it's the Barbecue Central Show on BBS Talk Radio.
Welcome to the Barbecue Central Show. Again, take two. I'm Greg Rempe. A very good Tuesday evening to you wherever you may be. Happy to have you. Certainly appreciate you picking me up tonight and listening to the show. Got a great show lined up for you this evening. If you don't need any setup and you already know what you want to talk about, go ahead and hit me up right now. Phone number at 216-220-0966. That's 216-220-0966. Do not use the number, the 818 number that you see on the BBS Talk Radio website. That is the wrong number. Use the 216-220-0966, just like I say, 58 times during every show, every Tuesday. You can also email me at bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. And, of course, you can always keep up with all things important, the world of barbecue and grilling, by going to the website, thebbqcentral.com or thebarbecuecentral.com. Either way will get you to the forum that basically spawned this multimedia conglomerate that is now the Barbecue Central Show. Also, if you've missed a Barbecue Central show here on BBS Talk Radio, go ahead and circle back to the archives page by clicking on the Barbecue Central badge on the BBS Talk Radio website. Then you'll get a whole list of the archive shows. You can download the ones you missed. You can also see the shows or the companies that are actually sponsoring the show with their banner ads, to include Big Green Egg, the National Barbecue News, D-Dog's Barbecue Rub, and the Barbecue Guru. Here's what's happening tonight. First segment pretty much open for phone calls, emails. Perhaps you have been bumping around the Barbecue Central forum. You'd like to ask a question about something you've seen on there. Perhaps you'd like to react to an interview I've done here on BBS Talk Radio with some of the competition barbecuers, with some of the pits that I have talked about, some of the grills I've talked about, techniques, what have you, anything to do with live fire cooking. Go ahead and jump in. You can do that calling-wise or email me-wise. In the second segment, I'll have an interview with Paul Ostrom from the Pickled Pigs competition barbecue team and the Pickled Pigs website. He has a very cool power rankings program that he has developed, and it's now out for barbecue competition teams to utilize and add to their website. So we'll talk to him about that, and we'll also talk to him about his competition experience, because that's kind of what the show is generated around. And, of course, in the last segment, Know Your Cue makes its triumphant return from a no-show last week due to our interview running into the third segment, but that was great. Anyway, a great interview. And that, of course, wins you a 3-pack of D-Dog's Barbecue Rub. So if you're listening to the show and you can answer the trivia question that I ask you at the tail end, you will be the recipient of a 3-pack of D-Dog's Barbecue Rub, and that's from ddogsbbq.com. All right, so this kind of a show note. This is actually going to be the last Barbecue Central show that takes place in the BBS Talk Radio website. The station founder, Sam Hassan, who was also runs the sound for me out in L.A., which is what you hear, and there's a whole technical side to how the show actually happens from Cleveland, getting streamed by me in Cleveland to Sam in L.A., and then he distributes it out over the internet. That's another Tech Geek show in itself. But he has decided to change the name from BBS Talk Radio to L.A. Talk Radio, and that transition takes place overnight at 11:59 tonight. LA Talk Radio will take over, and BBS Talk Radio will go off into the corner and die like the puppy it should. So, to me, I personally like BBS Talk Radio as a name. It's, it's got that network feel to it. LA Talk Radio can definitely be perceived as regional or even less than regional, very particular as far as what type of content it could potentially put out. But if you're a fan of the website and you know what the shows are about, yeah, I mean, the station is definitely based in LA. That's where Sam lives. That's where the studio is. But through technology, through programs such as Skype, through programs such as what I use as far as the Broadway streaming server, which basically turns my tower into a streaming server for Sam to tap into to get the show out over the internet, he is certainly willing to take on new hosts, regardless of where your particular location is in the country. And if you're English-speaking, for the world for that matter, I mean, this is the internet, so you don't have to be in the country to actually do a show. So that's what we need, the first international person. That would be something cool. So say goodbye to BBS Talk Radio. Say hello to LA Talk Radio, and there will be all new associated bumpers and IDs and all that stuff just to make sure that you're up to speed and you don't forget. So don't be scared when you show up next week to tune in the show and you see a different site name. Same place, just a different name, and we'll be better for it because the business model that will eventually be rolled out will allow you to potentially own your own BBS Talk Radio station under that umbrella as, for instance, Cleveland Talk Radio or Council Bluffs Talk Radio or Decatur, or Hickory. Because in Hickory, there are some fat people.
Fat?
Yeah, fat.
Fat?
That's what I said. Fat. Thank you, Coach. Also, I got a few emails about my interview last week with Kevin Bevington from homebbq.com. If you remember, if you were listening to the show last week, perhaps you did catch the archive, the downloadable portion of the BBS Talk Radio / Barbecue Central show. You did hear the portion of the interview where he talked about the barbecue and grilling videos that he has put out for the Backyard Chef. And I had a number of people that wanted me to re-talk about the website that you can get those at, and that is at homebbq.com. And I believe there is also a quicker way to get there, which it's either store.homebbq.com or shop.homebbq.com, or you can just go to homebbq.com and punch it up there, either way. Also, I did want to make a quick note that Harry DeHorse hit big last week. Of course, he's unavailable for handicapping this week due to a bad streak he had over the past weekend at the pony track. So I was unable to contact him all week. He could be running from creditors. He could be relocating to a new ring to place wagers on. Who knows? But typically when I am unable to get a hold of Harry for a week, things are not good. Things aren't going in his favor. So I'm thinking well of you, my friend, and I hope you're not getting fat. Fat! And then, of course, I have experience with Humphrey's Lump Briquettes, but that, my friend and neighbor, is going to have to get pushed off for a different show. We're a little behind tonight. So I want to make sure we have time for everything. When we come back, we'll be having an interview with Paul Ostrom from Pickled Pigs website and the Pickled Pigs competition team. And, of course, we'll be doing the D-Dogs Barbecue Rub Know Your Cue giveaway. Stand by.
Hey, smell my pits. Yeah, come on, smell my pits. You know why they smell so good? Because I use D-Dog's barbecue rubs in my barbecue pits. D-Dog's award-winning championship rubs are available online at ddogsbbq.com. Try the original, the apple, or the maple. But there's more. D-Dogs now has sauces. D-Dog's Barbecue is now proud to offer cranberry chipotle sauce, D-Dog's chicken wing sauce, and steak sauce too. And you can get them online at ddogsbbq.com. Keep checking back because D-Dogs is always bringing in new products with new sauces and new rubs coming soon. D-Dogs Barbecue Rubs and Sauces, championship award-winning. Shop online at ddogsbbq.com. That's ddogsbbq.com.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.
Barbecue has never been easier with the Barbecue Guru. The Barbecue Guru is a temperature control and monitor for all pits, charcoal, wood, electric, your pit. It easily attaches to any smoker or pit and gives you simple, trouble-free control of your temperatures, so you can make championship quality barbecue every time and all the time. And it's location-free. Take it anywhere. This amazing breakthrough in barbecue technology is a microprocessor-controlled draft system that uses temperature monitors and a small fan to keep your temperatures constant. The stainless steel Guru Pit Minder gives you a choice of controls from 90 to 370 degrees. So cold smoking, pepper drying, making cheese or jerky, or fabulous briskets and ribs is nothing short of effortless. The Procom 4 lets you monitor your pit from up to 600 feet away. And there's more. Check out the full line of products and accessories for the future of barbecue with new items on the way. Visit thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
This is Jennifer Palamas from Charlotte, North Carolina, and this is Barbecue Central.
The phone lines are open on the Barbecue Central Show.
Barbecue Central Show.
Call 216-220-0966 to get on the air. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
Welcome back to the Barbecue Central Show on what is now the last of BBS Talk Radio. Don't forget, coming up next segment, Know Your Cue for your chance to win a 3-pack of D-Dog's Barbecue Rub. Listen to the show, answer the correct trivia question that I will derive here probably over the course of this interview, and you will win a free 3-pack of D-Dog's Barbecue Rub. Don't forget to visit the website, thebbqcentral.com. As promised, joining me now is Paul Ostrom from the Pickled Pigs. We're going to be talking to him about his competition experience, and we'll also be talking to him about his new power rankings. Paul, thanks for taking the time out to join me tonight. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great, Greg. Thank you.
Paul, why don't you go ahead and give us a little bit of background about how you got into barbecue and then when you actually started to compete?
Sure. I had a former employer of mine invited a friend and I out to a few of his barbecue contests back in 2000 and 2001. And eventually he actually invited us out to come and compete with him. And we did that back in the fall of 2001 and been hooked ever since. It was actually my first experience with barbecue. It was at a contest, cooking pork ribs for the first time.
Now, how did you actually find out about, or what do you find out to be the best things about competing? What do you like about it?
I think I'm a competitor in general, but I also like the food, and I like cooking a lot. It's a passion of mine. So get to combine all of those things: competition and food and fun.
Did you start the website along, right about the same time as the competition team?
No, the website came around. I think in 2006 was the first year we had the website, and that is also a separate hobby of mine. So it's been kind of a way to pursue both passions, barbecue and web development.
Now, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions I've been kind of delving into with some of the other competitors I've had on the show here recently, but there seems to, there doesn't seem to be. I mean, the cost of fuel continues to rise steadily over, seems week to week now. And it is, from all accounts, affecting how people are either going to be attending or competing in competitions. Do you find to be a part of the party that seems to be you're looking at your schedules and you're pairing out events that maybe you would have competed in otherwise?
Well, yes and no. Yes, and that we've certainly pared back some distant events that we've done before because the driving distance involved. But this year we're actually doing quite a few more contests than we've done in years past. So, gas is, I guess, part of the cost, but when you look at the overall cost, it's still not that significant, at least for us.
Are you centered in or around a number of competitions?
Oh, yeah, we're located in Kansas City, and last year we had 60 contests within a 2-hour drive.
So it's obviously no secret that you're a KCBS competitor then.
Yes, that's we've been competing exclusively in KCBS sanctioned contests so far.
Now, sponsorship seems to be making more and more of an entrance into the competition barbecue world. In your opinion, how hard do you think it is for teams to actually go out and obtain some type of sponsorship?
I think for the teams that have a lot of exposure and are doing well, they certainly have a better business case to present to potential sponsors. I guess I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of teams, and some of them have entirely different sponsorship levels. Some of the smaller teams, they get local vendors to put up a sign or pass out samples in their booths, and some of the larger teams, of course, get some of the major equipment manufacturers and barbecue vendors in the country. But they have a lot of exposure.
Seems like the teams that are really winning are the guys that are mostly benefiting from sponsorship money.
Right.
Easily said.
Probably the way it should be.
Exactly. Now, the main reason I wanted to have you on tonight is I had seen a link somewhere for the Pickled Pig website, clicked on it, and then saw that you had derived a power rankings of sorts that was formulated for KCBS competitors. So why, as a math guy myself, I hate math, period. But why did you decide to go and venture into this power rankings?
Well, purely for selfish reasons. The idea really started because we spent the first 5 years probably in the contests focusing on the fun and not a whole lot on the competition. And over that course of the years, we kept hearing some team names over and over in the awards ceremony. Occasionally we would get a few calls, but certainly nothing consistent. So I wanted to see what it was these teams that were winning were doing. But first I needed to learn who the teams that were winning were. So I first tried to start something tracking results on a spreadsheet. Then I got the idea of a separate database and a ranking system. And I guess the idea was born that, hey, why not put this up on the website and everybody can use it?
We're talking to Paul Ostrom from Pickled Pig's website and competition team. So how are the scores actually figured? What's the math behind it?
On the power ranking system that I have, it's actually quite simple intentionally. I give out 10 points for each first place finish in one of 5 categories, 9 points for second, 8 points for third, and so on down to 10th place. And in the 5 categories we track are overall chicken, ribs, pork, and brisket.
Now this is obviously only exclusive to KCBS at this point.
Yes, at this point it is exclusive to KCBS contests. I thought about branching into some of the other sanctioned contests, but honestly I don't know that much about them. And right now our team is working exclusively in KCBS, so that's where we've focused on.
How long have the power rankings actually been out and been available? Paul? Damn. That's never good. Here's what I'm going to do. You there, Paul?
Yes, I sure am.
Sorry about that. We had a little audio drop out there.
Okay.
I asked you the question, you dropped out. So if you want to go ahead and tell me when that started, I apologize for that.
Oh, it was last July or last August. We actually turned them live on the site.
All right, so you're almost at a year coming up. How have they been received? I mean, what's the do people know about it? Do people question, hey, I should be here instead of there? I mean, there's been a couple other interviews that I've done, especially with a guy over at nationalbarbecuerankings.com who is, completely different as far as, I guess, how his scoring thing is set up. But as far as reaction, what are you getting feedback from for the competitors at the sites?
I've had nothing but positive feedback. I certainly get a fair share of mistakes that are made from the way KCBS tracks team names. That sometimes causes some confusion, and we get those corrected right away. But overall, I mean, the feedback has been great. People love it. It kind of fills a need that certainly existed before last year, and it's a way all of us can kind of see where we each stack up against each other.
How often are the rankings updated, and how are you actually gathering your information? Who are you relying on to make sure that you can update these?
Primarily, I rely on KCBS, but I think most of us know that they're not always timely with results, in which case I'll go to the contest organizers, competitors that were at the contest, the KCBS reps that were there. So I kind of gather the data in a variety of different ways. I mean, I've had results faxed, emailed, scanned, sent in. I've got another program I use to actually scrape websites with results on it and clean it up. I update the website usually nightly as soon as new results come in.
Have you sent out a bunch of emails and handed out a lot of cards at contests just to get your name around so they know who to call to keep you updated?
No, actually, we haven't. We've done very little in the area of promotion or marketing for the website. So pretty much everybody is theirs because they see a link somewhere or have heard about us through word of mouth.
You're going to blow up now, Paul. I guarantee it. We're live.
That'd be great.
All over the country, all over the world. Traffic will. I'm going to eat your bandwidth like nobody's business. I guarantee it.
Wonderful.
Now, you also have a very cool widget feature, which I believe just went live like 2 or 3 days ago. Tell us about that and how people can use it to their advantage.
Yeah, the tracking widget is pretty cool for us. It is actually a small snippet of HTML code people can come to my site and get and actually paste it into their own website, and it'll show that their team's rankings in comparison with everybody else. And it's a dynamic widget, and that it's updated automatically. And everything starts, of course, if you go to my site, thepickledpig.com, you'll see the links where you can get your own widget. And it's a pretty simple, painless process if you know enough about HTML to copy and paste.
Are you a computer guy by trade, or do you have a lot of computer experience?
I am a computer guy by trade. That's the industry I do work in. This particular, on the web development side, it is more of a hobby than anything else. But I actually used to be an instructor a while back, and we're teaching people this technology.
How can people find out more about the Pickled Pig website and competition team?
Probably the best place is to go out to thepickledpig.com. And there are several links. We have an About Us link. You can kind of see a little bit more about our team history, and certainly all of the ranking features that we have.
Do you want to mention the other members of your team since we're on the air right now?
You bet. I've got, we've got some outstanding members. My co-founder of the team was Chris Crum. He's the one who started this team with me. We've got Lee West, who has been the mainstay of the team through the last several years. And more recently, John and Don Merrill have been coming out and helping us with our competition entries.
Is there a core group of people that are actually showing up for every competition, and then some people kind of alternate in or out, or is everybody pretty much all in all the time?
There's a group of 4 of us that show up to most of the competitions. That's Lee, John, and Don, and myself. And then there's probably about another 4 or 5 folks that come on occasion. I've got Chris Crum and Wayne Murrow and Ron Clampett kind of come in, and we've got a handful of others that actually just come out to help and pitch in when they can.
Do you frequent any barbecue forums in case people want to kind of follow you around? Do you go to any 1 or 2 or 10 in particular? There's a number of them out there.
Oh, I go to several different resources. In the last year or so, I've gotten involved with one of the forums, Barbecue Brethren. Runs a forum group that I think has over 5,000 members now. Mm-hmm. And it's just chock full of knowledge. I tell you, I've learned more in the last year than I did in the prior 6 years trying to do it myself by following some of the wiser folks that are on that site.
The internet is truly a blessed thing for information nowadays, isn't it?
It's amazing. The things, I look at some threads in some of these forums and learn things in 30 seconds that actually took me 4 or 5 years and 60 or 70 contests to actually learn. And I think there's just a wealth of information that somebody who's just getting started can tap into.
Do you have a favorite barbecue competition, barbecue award that you've won over the years?
Well, we haven't won that many, so they're pretty easy to pick from. Actually, a couple weeks ago, we took third place in a local contest here, and that was one of our best contests. So right now, that one stands out as a favorite.
And are you, aside from the power rankings, is there anything you'd like to promote while you're on tonight?
No, Greg, I think the website is good for us. There's a lot of good features. There's the power rankings. There's another rankings feature where you can design your own ranking criteria if you think there's a better formula to rank teams. That's certainly on there. It's called the Do-It-Yourself or DIY rankings list. And certainly the widget has been a lot of fun. And actually, there's a good database example of the relational results on the relational database results on the website. So you can actually tap into our database and look at all of the KCBS teams' winning history.
Paul Ostrom is the founder of the Pickled Pig website and co-founder of the competition cooking team. Paul, I appreciate you coming on tonight talking about the site and about the power rankings. We'll certainly be sure to follow that and definitely put a post on the forum to make sure that the guys that are competing KCBS grab their, in particular, widgets and keep them on their website so everybody can keep track of them. We'll have you on again soon. That was awesome. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Greg.
Take care. Paul Ostrom from Pickled Pig. That's pickledpig.com. If you're interested in getting a widget, if you're a competitor, you want everybody to see what you're up to in competition, that's certainly one of the coolest things out there right now. Again, that's pickledpig.com. When we come back, we'll have Know Your Cue for a 3-pack of D-Dog's barbecue rub. Stand by.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show on BBS Talk Radio.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.
Hey, smell my pits. Yeah, come on, smell my pits. You know why they smell so good? Because I use D-Dog's barbecue rubs in my barbecue pits. D-Dog's award-winning championship rubs are available online at ddogsbbq.com. Try the original, the apple, or the maple. But there's more. D-Dog's now has sauces. D-Dog's Barbecue is now proud to offer cranberry chipotle sauce, D-Dog's chicken wing sauce, and steak sauce too. And you can get them online at ddogsbbq.com. Keep checking back because D-Dogs is always bringing in new products with new sauces and new rubs coming soon. D-Dogs Barbecue Rubs and Sauces, championship award-winning. Shop online at ddogsbbq.com. That's ddogsbbq.com. The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose. Make ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required. for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com. Or call 1-800-288-GURU.
This is Jim.
And this is Mike, and you're listening to Greg on the Barbecue Central Show, the place for all things important to the world of barbecue.
When you're ready for even more guy stuff, check out the Mind of Men podcast for news and views on politics, tech, sports, tools, home repair, cigars, drinks, barbecue, and more.
You can find us on iTunes or at mindofmen.com.
The phone lines are open on the Barbecue Central Show.
Barbecue Central Show.
Call 216-220-0966 to get on the air. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
All right, welcome back. The website, thebarbecuecentral.com. I must say the Brethren is actually a good site, too. Seems to be a little bit more East Coast based, New York and the such, but definitely a lot of members there. But the Barbecue Central still kicks its ass because they're all fat over there. Fat. Just kidding. Banging my mouse around. Thanks again to Paul Ostrom from the Pickled Pig for coming on and talking about his website and his competition experience. Typically, on these shows, I have some of the guys and gals that maybe are a little bit more well-known, that maybe have won a lot of awards and a lot of grand championships and reserve grands. And, Paul is more kind of... not the average Joe, but he's, a little bit more of the typical competitor. He's gotten a handful of calls, for categories here and there, and he's a dedicated barbecuer and competitor because he's, as he said, competitive by nature, and he likes to do it. And, it certainly shows that if you live in an area of the country on competition side, especially if you're Kansas City Barbecue Society, he lives in Kansas City, so he's got a number of events to choose from that are, all going to be within a acceptable driving distance, especially with the way fuel costs continue to rise. So, just one of those things where some of the bigger name guys that, maybe are a little bit more out of touch or a little bit farther out of reach mileage-wise to get to competitions, pair them off this year. So it's interesting to see, how things will shake out over the course of this year because of how fuel will play into things. And if the same people that have been on top here over the last 4 or 5 years that you would usually see in the top 10, whether it be on Paul Ostrom's power rankings or the National BBQ Rankings.com website, which are both really good websites to kind of keep track on how particular teams are doing if that's your cup of tea. NationalBarbecueRankings.com works on a completely different mathematical setup with time and decaying of points, and they use different. They use KCBS and FBA, and they're continuing to look at bringing in other sanctioning bodies as well. So that's a different show for a different day. But just picking up where I left off from the first segment about the Humphreys charcoal, everybody knows that I've been in a depression funk because Home Depot decided not to carry Original Charcoal Company's Rancher lump briquette anymore. Kingsford put the stranglehold on Home Depot and told them you're not allowed to let anybody sell any other briquette in your stores other than us. So now they carry that crappy cowboy lump charcoal, which is obviously not a briquette, so not in direct competition, I would guess, with Kingsford. But certainly better than the Kingsford stuff. Last year, they put out the Rancher product, and it went over very well, much to the delight of many barbecuer and grillers across the country. And this year, you don't get any. So what am I supposed to do? I run through the last bag a couple weeks ago. I'm looking for a replacement. And lo and behold, in a little city just due east of here in Mentor, Ohio, there's a restaurant supply store that carries a hardwood lump briquette, not the Rancher brand, unfortunately, but it's called the Humphreys Hardwood Lump Briquette. So I bought 2 bags. Was very excited because to me, the Rancher was a perfect product because, in terms of fuel, because you could grill with it and get the high temperatures that you can from just regular lump charcoal. But then you also get the consistency and the integrity that you look for in a briquette, the consistent burning, the heat, the profile, the whole deal. And Rancher had that, and plus it had like really low ash content, a little bit more than lump, but a hell of a lot less than that chemically pressed crap Kingsford. I think Kingsford is fat. Fat. So I finally found what could be tantamount to replacement of the Rancher brand, this Humphreys Hardwood Lump Charcoal. And it's a little bit different shaped. I mean, it's not your typical cube or square-shaped briquette. It's kind of like a big, fat, black pill. Big, fat, black pill. And I grilled with it. And then I did like an 8-pound brisket flat cook with it and ran it for about 8 or 9 hours. And I was, I am 95% happy that I found the product, that it worked well, that it doesn't stink on startup. It has great burning temperatures at high heat because I grilled with it first and wanted to see how on the high side how that happened. And then it had great consistency. It had great continuity during the longer cooks. And I also did rib cook with it just this past Sunday. And that was a 5-hour cook and held temperature, never running any spikes. And it decayed properly. So after the problem I had with Kingsford a lot before I became before I came so discontent with the product is that the squares would burn out all the way through, but they wouldn't decay and then fall down into the bowl for ash collection. They would basically choke the fire out. Plus, the ones that did, or when you kick the bottom of the cooker to break up the ash, let it fall down, there was so much ash production from Kingsford charcoal that you were basically choking the fire out twice. Once from the top from the briquettes that would not decay, allowing or not allowing the other briquettes to light, and the amount of ash that was actually collecting up from the bottom was choking out from the backside or the underside. So you were getting hammered from both ends, in my opinion. And I know there's an army, an allegiance of Kingsford fans out there, and I don't know what to tell you. I mean, if you get your hands on a quality lump briquette, I couldn't possibly understand, and prices are not nearly as expensive as you probably think. I bought 2 20-pound bags for 40 pounds total for $13. And that's total, not per bag. So I think the Kingsford had the twin 20. It was like 48. You got 8 more pounds, and it was like $22 at this restaurant supply store, which you could probably get a little bit cheaper at Home Depot. But I want the product that I can also then, after it's all ashed out, I can go dump in the stream and I'm doing something positive for the environment, or I can put it in my flower bed and compost with it. You can't do that with Kingsford. You pour that in a stream and you've killed off a school of fish and salamanders and those fat little snails. Fat! So, again, just my 2 cents. So I'm happy. I would recommend. The only thing I was not pumped up about was there was definitely more ass production. Nice. Well, somebody's Freudian tonight. There was definitely more ash production from the Humphreys than the Rancher. So, hey, let's play the game tonight. Let's play Know Your Cue, and here we go. Get your touch-tone fingers ready. Here's the question. I was interviewing Paul Ostrom, and he said he competed specifically in one sanctioning body's competitions. I mentioned it a number of times. He mentioned it at least 3 or 4 times. And it's the name of the sanctioning body that he competes in. You can give me the acronym, the letters, or you can give me the whole name if you so choose. And you can do that at 216-220-0966. 216-220-0966. Again, you'll be winning a 3-pack of D-Dog's barbecue rub. if you call in and answer the question. Again, the question again, that was repetitive, is Paul Ostrom competes in what sanctioning body for competition barbecue? It is the acronym or the full name, either or, both special prize, or prize in a hand clasp. 216-220-0966. Sorry, no emails. You have to be listening live. And if you circle back and you're listening to this tomorrow, the archive or the Barbecue Central show was actually replayed a number of times during the course of the week here on BBS Talk Radio, soon to be LA Talk Radio, as of tomorrow. So if you're visiting the bbstalkradio.com website, go ahead and see what's playing during that day, and you can see what's happening as far as potential replays for the Barbecue Central show. So let's go to the phone. The Barbecue Central show, name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Crystal, and I'm calling from Texas.
Crystal calling from Texas. Crystal, are you
fat? What the hell? Of course I'm not fat. What are you calling me fat for? Fat?
Crystal, let's play the game. Are you ready to play the game?
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. And now it's time for the game show sweeping the nation. Know Your Cue with your host, me, Greg Rempe. And now, here's me, Greg Rempe. All right, now we've brought in the dramatic music. Did you say your name was Kristen?
Crystal.
Crystal.
Yeah.
Paul Ostrom was my guest last segment, and he said he competed in what sanctioning body for his competition barbecue? You can either give me the acronym or the complete name. If you're going to give me the complete name, you have to tell me the correct name in its entirety. Go ahead and answer now.
That will be the KCBS.
Did you say KCBS?
Yeah.
Man, your phone is hot. I'm getting a little feedback on you. I'm bringing it down. All right, I look to the judges. Crystal says KCBS. Judges, is she a winner? Oh, all right. Crystal, you win. What do you think about that?
Oh, my God, my dad's going to be so happy. He's all the time out there grilling. I think he just wants to get rid of my mom.
Your mom?
My mom. You know.
Oh, mom.
There's the dad and then there's the mom.
Right. Yeah, well, he's just become the proud recipient, due to his very smart and evidently very alert daughter, a 3-pack of D-Dog's barbecue rub. That's right, a 3-pack of D-Dog's barbecue rub. And, of course, you can go get D-Dog's barbecue rub at DDOGSBBQ.com. And, of course, as we all know, D-Dog's barbecue rub is better than ketchup.
Oh, yeah, I hate ketchup.
Right, hate ketchup. Crystal, this is what you'll need to do. Email me with your mailing address, and we'll go ahead and I will forward that on to Darren at D-Dogs, and he will get barbecue rub out to you, and evidently you will subsequently get it to your father, and that's all that counts.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, well, Crystal, thanks for calling in, and have a great night. Don't forget to email me your stuff.
All right, see ya.
Good night. Very good. Crystal. Love it when the ladies call in. Hoping they're not. Email me, Crystal, and we'll get your stuff out to you. Congratulations, and thank you, as always, for listening. That's going to do it tonight. Thanks to Paul Ostrom from the Pickled Pig for joining me tonight, talking about his competition experience and about the power rankings that you can get on his site, which is pickledpig.com. If you go to the latalkradio.com website and click on forums, I will also have a link to his website referencing the show. Don't forget, there are replays throughout the course of the week, so visit the website as well. Also, don't forget, the BBS Talk Radio Barbecue Central show is on iTunes. So if you have an iPod or you use iTunes to grab your podcasts, search me, Greg Rempe, or search The Barbecue Central Show on BBS Talk Radio. All the shows are put up there within a 24-hour period, so you can get your replays downloaded directly to your iPod. Very cool stuff. Thanks to the emailers. Thanks to Crystal from calling in Texas. Chasing potential guests to include NBA legend Daryl Dawkins. Also, looking at Johnny Trigg. And my main man in grilling and barbecue, Stephen Reichland. Multiple-time author, TV host, barbecue class teacher, and so forth. All things to look forward to. Thanks to my man Sam Hassan running the sound in Los Angeles. And don't forget to stay tuned for Broad Topics coming up after me at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with your hosts, Laura, Joan, Jillian, and Kelly. Don't forget to check out latalkradio.com for all the programming we have here. Definitely something for everybody. And we'll see you back here next Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Barbecue Central Show. This is your program host, Greg Rempe. Good night now.
Barbecue has never been easier with the Barbecue Guru. The Barbecue Guru is a temperature control and monitor for all pits, charcoal, wood, electric, your pit. It easily attaches to any smoker or pit and gives you simple, trouble-free control of your temperatures, so you can make championship quality barbecue every time and all the time. And it's location-free. Take it anywhere. This amazing breakthrough in barbecue technology is a microprocessor-controlled draft system that uses temperature monitors and a small fan to keep your temperatures constant. The stainless steel Guru Pit Minder gives you a choice of controls from 90 to 370 degrees. So cold smoking, pepper drying, making cheese or jerky, or fabulous briskets and ribs is nothing short of effortless. The ProCom 4 lets you monitor your pit from up to 600 feet away. And there's more. Check out the full line of products and accessories for the future of barbecue with new items on the way. Visit thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.
Hey, smell my pits. Yeah, come on, smell my pits. You know why they smell so good? Because I use D-Dog's barbecue rubs in my barbecue pits. D-Dog's award-winning championship rubs are available online at ddogsbbq.com. Try the original, the apple, or the maple. But there's more. D-Dog's now has sauces. D-Dog's Barbecue is now proud to offer cranberry chipotle sauce, D-Dog's chicken wing sauce, and steak sauce too. And you can get them online at ddogsbbq.com. Keep checking back because D-Dogs is always bringing in new products with new sauces and new rubs coming soon. D-Dogs Barbecue Rubs and Sauces, championship award-winning. Shop online at ddogsbbq.com. That's ddogsbbq.com.